All right. Last time, you guys continued your northward progression. After leaving the city of Tristana, you made your way to the settlement of Fagstead. Upon arriving, you found it was currently within the Day of Simon, a long foretold sorcerer, and one of the daily events that the settlement holds. After going to the local colourful bard, you were able to find out that the event for the day afterwards was going to be Academia Medica, a time where people could go for half price exams to get their East Company medical license and warrant. With Edwin having a main goal of getting his own sort of licensing and getting through his own exams, asked the team if he would be allowed to have a day or two for his own means, as everyone else up to this point has had a few days, if not some travel, dedicated to paths of their own. Being fair and equal, Edwin was allowed to do such, and after a heavy study session, with many trips to Al's room to give her notes, as she also decided to give it a go, you spent most of the next day waiting around for both Edwin and Al to finish. With their written and physical exams complete, you waited outside the entrance to the exam halls, at which point Edwin received his license with a double distinction, whereas Al failed. The only note to such on Edwin's is that he's not allowed to work or do any sort of warranting for diseases, as he failed that part of the exams. With the license and warrants in tow, you decide you would have another day spent resting in Fagstead, mostly due to Al overexerting herself, and probably also to give Edwin at least 2 more hours of sleep before you headed onwards. With license and sleep in hand, you continued to the north with the penultimate settlement before your destination. However, as you came to a bend on the road and continued northways, you passed by a relatively large hill, sat atop which was a glacier that was melting. You had heard no word about said glacier before, and it had created a very cold waterfall into a, you could say, artificial lake. In front of which you saw many corpses of humanoids and Nagas, and the very large body of what you identified as a land ice Naga. As they were the first gargantuan foe you had seen, or at least, well, yeah, I would say foes. None of the dragons so far have been foes. You decided it would be best to deal with this thing before it caused more chaos, as there was quite a few would-be allies on the floor. The fight was fierce, even to the point where Drazenko was swallowed whole, and Al, just a few feet away from following the same fate, you were able to down the Naga and cut Drazenko out. Wanting to find some information about what had occurred here, you looked over the bodies and corpses, though can't really use plural for bodies, as only one of them was alive. Edwin was able to use his healing skills to bring one of the Nagas to consciousness, though tied to a tree, as you're able to talk with them, revealing their name to be Cyrillic, and the name of the gargantuan Naga to be Shrosuke. And it seemed this was a splinter group of what you now know to be Yoskaik's group of Naga, and you were able to find that Yoskaik, as well as previous dealings with aberrations and Nagas alike, wishes to change the land in a way that allows them to go through it easier. As you know, most Nagas pretty much require a steady stream of water, such as rivers, to move around and survive. You had encountered those aberrant helms on the mountains that were asking you to freeze over and make bridges between the mountains before. However, Shrosuke, who you had defeated, was undergoing a means to change the Naga instead of the land, seeing it as a much easier and faster track to their progression. And seemingly, having completed it at least for himself, it seemed like Shrosuke would have been able to move through the lands a bit easier, both from having, well, seemingly an affinity to ice, so he could go through the mountains without any issue, but going for anywhere else, you didn't really get enough data. With Shorosuke defeated, it's hard to know if that splinter group will continue without the head of the snake, as it were. Seeing as the group's general alignment was more towards good than evil, you had a group decision that you would bring Cyrillic to a nearby prison to have them imprisoned and possibly interrogated. At which point you were able to get to Endersteed without too many more issues. Even so, you did notice that Cyrillic did try to escape, but with your CMBs, it was really hard to do so. Handing over Cyrillic to the local guard, you met the captain of the guard, a Moogle by the name of Nailmog. Taking the Naga off your hands, you had only a few more things left to do before heading off to the metropolis of Esterilia to the north. And we ended off just as you were leveling up within the area of Endersteed from both of your puzzling creations and defeating the most recent Naga. And I don't believe you've gone to sleep just yet, so we will continue as you are in Endersteed.
Edwin is just...
Oh, no, sorry, the day did pass. You slept in Endersteed, and then you had the message from Gofura, which everyone has replied. So this is the morning after resting in Endersteed.
Oh, yeah. Well, our goal is not far, shall we? Unless anyone has anything they need to do here.
I'm ready.
Likewise.
Do we have enough supply, food, to feed for the chocobos, that kind of thing?
Well,
We
we've
have been mostly.
been keeping good care of our carriage and stuff like that. So worst case scenario, if something happens, it would take probably 2 days to get to Asterolia.
We have been mostly resting at settlements for this past few days. Grabbing a couple nights of camping, but we should still have enough for at least a few more nights before Asterolia.
Well, that's good to hear. Let's go then, and we'll just get in the carriage.
Yeah.
Hop on in.
Alright, as you return to your vehicle, everyone can give me a perception check, please.
Good stuff.
Get them out of the way now. Just roll them out now.
Alright. Saddling up into the shotgun passenger and cabin parts of your carriage, you head northways.
Before we leave, I am just going to check the box. I don't know if that perception has anything to do with it, but I always try and check the box. Just to make sure nothing's happened to it. Because we fitted the new lock recently, didn't we?
Yes.
Yeah, so I just want to check that that's okay.
As far as you can tell, it's not been tampered with since last time.
Alright, sorry. Just wanted to make a point of addressing that.
And as you set off from Endersteeds, Zairin, roll me a d100, please.
Oh boy.
You got it, I believe.
fair to Midland, hopefully.
All right. I'll need everyone to give me another perception roll, please.
Or an edge.
That's
Yep.
better.
Even Zaire got good, so something's going
Yeah,
on.
that's insane. That's like one off a natural 20 for me.
Okay, so as you are getting closer and closer to the ocean on the east, either a combination of your previous encounters with Naga, or just wanting to be safe before the final stretch of land, you're able to spot some misshapen parts or moved around portions of the nearby tree trunks. At which point, Zairin, you're able to spot one humanoid camouflaged amongst the trees, and everyone else can see two.
Guys?
I see them.
Wait, what? There's more than one?
I suggest we address this, if we can. Do they look like they're actively hiding, to clarify, from us?
You can definitely see that they're like hugging the trees, and as far as you can tell, they are camouflaged and painted to look like the trees. But obviously, you can see they aren't really aligned with them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to sense motive to tell if they're hostile.
It's going to be very hard to tell that because they're just I say standing. They're just staying still there, for sure.
Right, but like
Are they set up for? Are they
weapons,
hiding? Just hiding, or are they set up for something? I don't know. I'll
Yeah,
also
you can try.
Nope, that was the wrong button.
You try and put your hand into their minds, but you're too far away.
Okay, so I got.
I mean, you got 2. Did you have much more of a bonus to your sense motive?
No, I was just about to say I got a grand total of 0.
Oh, okay. So Zairin, you look at it again. You're like, that's just a tree. There's no one there. What am I thinking about? Jozenka, you're pretty sure from where you are in your carriage that the best point to ambush you is if you got a bit further across. So if they were to attack you, they wouldn't have done it yet. And as far as you can tell, they aren't hyper focused. So they're not hyper focused on the road.
Okay.
Should I stop?
I think that's best, if I can hear Zaire from inside.
Yes, I think so.
Alright, and I will go ahead and stop the carriage.
If you stop the carriage, the 2 people that you can see don't change at all.
Hello out there. We see you.
There is no response.
We don't mean you any harm. We're just traveling through. But we will defend ourselves if necessary.
There is no response.
Okay then. Good talk. I guess we'll move on. carefully.
Is there any sign of, like, now that we're out, is there any sign of a trap or anything in the road that we could see? Like, is there a deadfall or some way of stopping the car?
As far as you can tell, the road is as clean as a road would normally be. If they've set up to have a tree kicked over from a half-chopped trunk, you would have to go closer to the tree line.
Okay. Well, should we go into the tree line and address this, or move on?
Doesn't seem like it's the road they are worried about, so we might be able to just pass through.
It may be us they're worried about.
Well, we are on the road.
It simply is odd. And they didn't respond to you at all, Aaron.
No. Do we want to get out and make sure they're alive?
I think that may be best. But you can see him sort of.
Honestly, I can't see them anymore. They may have become sticks. I don't know.
Well, let's go and check if those sticks have a pulse then, shall we? And Edwin's going to grab his stuff and start going in that direction if people are coming with.
I'll go to protect Edwin at the very least.
If Edwin's going through, then Drosenka's gonna follow.
Hello, I am accredited. If you are wounded, state your name and purpose.
The almost entirety of the humanoid you get closer to and speak to doesn't move, but you can see their mouth slightly move as if they're trying to move as little as possible. We're trying to hide. Move on.
From what?
Do you need help? Is something trying to hurt you?
No. Hunting Nagas.
Oh. Okay, then we'll leave you be, I think.
Can I just try and sense motive that if we're all over there to see if that
Sure.
is the case? It's not quite a Drosenka bonus, but it's something.
I'll try as well. Same roll, so
It is the speaker
Yeah.
bonus. It definitely seems like he really wants to stay still. In regards to what he's saying, it's hard to tell.
Well, I suppose if you wanted to attempt to attack us, you would have done so by now. A good
I
day.
mean, Drosenka knows that to be false, but yeah.
If that's the case, I think Edwin's literally going to 180 around and walk back to the car. It's a very strange interaction.
Yeah, I can't tell if we made it worse or better.
well, the area seems clear so far, so hopefully not much worse at least.
Good hunting. Remove the brake and head on out.
Put the handbrake down and snap the.
I mean, there are brakes, but not in the form we know of. There's like, I guess they're just wooden versions of a normal brake.
Yeah, it's basically just a lever with a leather pad on it.
The party moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on by, you pass by the point that Drosenka knew would be the more prime place to be ambushed, and nothing happens, and you can continue onwards.
They've got really good stealth. I didn't even see the other one.
I suppose they are hunting.
Also possible to have even more of them. If they are hunting Nagas, just the two sounds quite few.
Indeed, but we did meet those. Were they Shiva's icicles that we met not long ago when we fought the fight up unicorn things? Forget the name.
The Mesmeniers.
Yeah, that's it. I'm pretty sure they were sheep icicles.
Pretty sure those were sheep icicles, yes.
Yeah.
I'll double check the map.
Because there are only 3 of those.
Yes, they were sheep icicles, and there was 3 of them.
Yep. I suppose it just depends on capability. If there are 2, maybe they're hoping to ambush individuals, but we'll see.
Do you think I should have said anything about the fact that the only reason I saw them was because there was a crack in their face paint?
Possibly not.
Alright. Continuing onwards, you move far away from the 2 or more people in hiding, depending on how high they roll their stealths. And it gets to the point that even though you're still a good, I think it's 12 miles, 16 miles. Even though you're a good 16 miles away, the large tree that Esterelia is built around at the bottom of and up is so massive you can see it off in the distance.
Whoa.
Indeed. That is quite impressive. Must have taken hundreds of years to grow.
Do you think it's one of those trees that, like, is a group of trees that, like, all connect to the same root system?
I'm not a botanist, but maybe.
I couldn't think of another reason why a single tree could get so big, though. Other than or its root system on its own is just really big.
Could have been aided by nature magics or some such.
That's true. I don't know much about much magic.
Are we
Is
stopping
part-
for the night? Sorry.
I was about to ask, are you going to stop here? Because this is where you normally stop on your travels to rest.
Yeah, we can find somewhere off the road, but I'm not driving. So it's these 2.
You said we're about 16 miles. How long by our cart ride is that, hours-wise?
About 3 hours.
I think we've done enough pushing of our chocobos. I think we need to just let them have their rest.
We are close enough. I think it's alright to rest for the night and head in the morning.
Indeed, I think this may be best.
Alright. The party is able to make their way into some of the nearby woods off the roads and camp down for the night. Ow. Roll me D100, please.
Yeah, boy. Boy.
Okay. Ow. Roll me a perception check, please.
Nice.
Okay, as it comes up to your watch, you're able to both hear the crackling of leaves underfoot, as well as see a green-robed individual walking towards your camp. You can roll a sense motive to try and gauge their stance.
No, wrong one. Well, +2.
Why does everyone want to put their hands in the people's minds?
So it'd be a 19.
Looking over the robed individual, they are slightly haunched over and are seemingly not hostile.
Al will stand up, walk towards them, and quite clearly show in her like body language, demeanor, this person needs to stop, and she'll start saying, "You there, stop!"
The humanoid stops as they move long-fingered hands to pull down their hood, as it reveals a aged Quado. Good evening. Do you have space for one more?
I don't know. Nor did the person to talk to about this stuff. Everyone else is asleep. How do I know I can trust you?
That'll be for your heart to tell. I'm trusting you by asking.
Why are you traveling alone? It's a bit dangerous to be traveling out here on your own.
I have ways to hide from things that wished me harm. But I heard the crackling of fire, and mine died. It is so hard to start a new one with these old fingers.
Sure. You can come sit by the fire, but don't go out of my sight. You make one wrong move and I will cut you down.
Such a guardian attitude. Are you transporting important people? The Guado asks as they get closer.
Well, if you're talking about me, then yes.
Well, it seems you are one to take the advice of your own words. Traveling in a pack of 4. That's a common sight. And you all seem well armed. Is that an bad team?
Aye, it is. We gathered it on our travels.
You must be guild members then.
We do our bits and pieces around the lands.
I hope some of that is keeping control of the Naga issues.
Yes, we've dealt with a few on our travels. Needless to say, they're no longer with us. Do you require anything? Aid, food, drink?
No, just fire. It does well to ease the aches of bones.
How come you're traveling around these parts? Okay, where are you headed?
My wife and I had plans to travel southways. I thought now was the best time as any as time goes on.
Traveling south. Are you from Estorilla?
Yes, though my wife and I used to have a home just to the north.
Where is your wife?
Her soul is joined to the others.
Joined with the others? You mean she's dead?
Yes.
Oh. How'd that happen?
Age likes to throw many challenges at you.
Well, better to go out living your life than I guess through battle.
I suppose you're going to Esteria to live out the rest of your days? It is quite calming.
We've got some business in Esteria. I'm not from there, and I don't plan to stay there either.
Just sightseeing then. Would have been better to have done it young as you do.
Maybe so. I'm sure you lived your life well, though.
Mostly slow and safe.
Do you have anywhere in particular you're heading south to? Any destination in mind?
As far as the legs can take me. Most likely towards Rutstack and then westward.
Well, you've got a fair way to go. I mean, I would recommend picking up some people to go with you. Like I say, although you're good at hiding, I spotted you pretty easily, but maybe you weren't hiding.
I was not hiding as I came to you. What kind of impression would that give?
I don't know, but I'd be careful just going up to people's camps. May not be as nice as me. Although if you caught me on a bad day, I wouldn't have even given you the chance.
Then we shall both have to pray for good days ahead.
Not much into praying. I'm more into just using pure muscle.
Whilst I would love to speak on and on, I did just awaken to the dying of my own fireplace. Do you mind if I nestle next to yours?
As I said previously, feel free to nestle by the fire. Just don't go out of my sight.
They immediately go out your sight as they go to the campfire and curl up. If you're looking out away from the camp.
I'll quite commonly check, making sure they're still there. They haven't rummaged through the carriage or anything like that. And whoever's...
As far as you can tell, they're just sleeping by the fire.
When Zirin wakes up on his watch, I will say... Actually, I can stay up now. I only need... has it been a week since I've worn my ring?
No, you're still waiting on that. You still got 2 days.
Then I will say to Zirin, although he has very bad eyesight, please keep an eye on this person more so than keeping an eye on the camp.
Zion, roll the perception, see if you even saw them. You might have just thought it was another bag. Yeah, you just thought there was another bag.
Why is there extra bags in the fire?
I will literally probably grab Zirin's head and direct it to exactly where the person is. Does that look like a bag?
Does it smell like a bag?
I need sleep. Just keep an eye on this bag.
Okay, Al.
Does Zion do anything about the new bag? Are you just gonna keep watch as normal?
Is it like an actual sleeping type bag, or is it just like, or is the person just laying on the ground?
The person is laying on the ground. Possibly the harder floor is better for their back, but they do have a blanket over them.
Alright, I'll keep an extra eye on that. Make sure nothing
Alright.
goes awry.
The day will pass into the next. Al, if you go to look for the old man who's sat by the fireplace, they are nowhere to be seen. However, you do feel that your pack is slightly heavier.
I will look in my pack.
So look in your pack, there is a very ornately designed hand-sized box that is silvered on its edges.
Can I open the box?
Yes, you can.
Then I'll do so.
Inside, you see several wrapped hard candies.
She will unwrap one of these and put it in her mouth.
It tastes rather nice.
Nice. I've got 6 left of them. I get all of the really weird items.
Hey, he doesn't like. I suppose taking sweets from a stranger is probably not a good idea in general, but it seems okay this time, right?
You just got that man's last stash of Werthers.
They're just a few years
Yeah.
old.
They're a bit soft, but they're okay.
What race was he again? Aguado?
Guado.
When we get up, do we notice anything different about the camp? Like, is there a humanoid-shaped indent near the fire or anything? Or does Al kind of keep this to himself?
I don't know if you would really care, but you could roll survival, see if your instincts just like tick off that there's something there.
No, it's more like I don't know if anyone who saw this person last night says anything about it. I don't think I even have a chance of getting that, so I'm not going to bother. It was a curiosity point, really.
I mean, yeah, sleeping through it, if nobody says anything, Dressing has no reason to like suspect anything.
Yeah, no, I think I'm probably in the same boat, so leave it be.
While
went to
Al's
the
just
airplane when I
sucking
wasn't
on the
looking.
sweet, she'll say, Zira, did you keep an eye on the guy last night?
Guy? You told me to look after the bag.
The old dude I was
Bag
telling
is
you about.
gone.
What guy? What are you talking about? And where did you get those sweets?
Confused.
Ah, they're in my bag when I woke up. I guess the old guy left them. He was looking for some shelter for the night. His fire went out last night and he spotted ours. So we got to chatting and just let him sleep by the fire. I told Zirin to keep an eye on him when I went to sleep. Clearly not a very good job of it.
It's really hard to keep an eye on a bag that just doesn't move when there's other threats around us.
It wasn't a bag. It was a guy sleeping on the floor. He didn't even, literally, not even sleeping in a bag. I directed your head.
I'm confused.
I guess it's gonna start taking like stock of all their belongings to make sure nothing went missing. In addition to the sweets apparently appearing.
I mean, I got
I'm gonna go
this.
and check
And
the
she
box.
just shows her silver box full of hard candies. And I'm eating one at the moment. Just stick out her tongue.
Are you sure that's safe?
Tastes pretty good to me.
I'm sure that's not the worst thing that Al's eaten.
Some would even say it tastes rather nice.
But yeah, for me and Trazenka are checking the belongings. Is anything missing?
As far as you can tell, nothing's missing, no.
Nothing from this side seems to be gone.
Nothing from here either.
That's a very kind thing that you did, Al. letting someone by the fire.
Indeed.
Too busy eating that sweet.
I mean, I don't think an old guy was going to exactly hurt us. I kept an eye on him. If he was going to do anything, I was going to cut him down. Pretty much exactly what I told him.
Well, wherever they've gone, they seem to have at least had a restful night. And now we've had ours, and you'll sort of look over towards the, I assume, towering tree that we can still see. Suppose we should get going.
Agreed.
Okay. Returning to your carriage, you continue, or at least finish, your trail towards the north. As you get closer and closer to the towering tree that you could swear touched the clouds, the road gets leafier and leafier as rock and mud mostly just turns to piles of leaves and dirt. You eventually come to the point where the trees surrounding the larger one get taller and seemingly older. Visible rings around their bases showing them over several hundred and even thousand years old. In the distance, you can hear the chirping of larger-than-life birds, as well as the chattering of the populace, as large wooden walls with owl holes every so often only slightly hides the tiered buildings behind it. A few people come and go as a watery moat is being fished upon, and people cleaning their clothing in said stream. A few of the guards look over towards you as everyone can roll perception. Zyron's really blind today.
Still looking for that bag.
Both Edwin and Al, you can see on your flanks the larger trees. A good 4 or 5 of them have glowing spots across their trunks in strangely eye formations. They glow slightly as they follow you. If you have it trained, you could roll spellcraft. You certainly have it trained. Edwin, whilst the trees themselves are magical, you can see the telltale signs and have general intuition about it, that the trees are basically identifying you as if using detect magic.
That's fine. It's very similar to what's happened in other cities before. I'll just keep a note of it.
And as you get closer to the walls, everyone can again roll a perception.
I just did my good roll.
Even
Oh! And there it is.
Zaire can see it.
That's a wall.
Alright, everyone besides from Drazenka, the sunglasses won't affect this one, will feel very slight vibrations in the floor as they go through your carriage and kind of like vibrate a bit as the guards just move to the side and seemingly let you go through.
Is there any way of knowing what that vibration was? Like, did it feel... I don't know if we've been in an earthquake before or something moving underground.
You would most likely have experienced an earthquake since you are adults.
Yeah.
It wasn't an earthquake. It was just more like... I guess with your spellcraft, you could probably suss out that it's just the trees letting the guards know you're fine.
Okay. Well, this place certainly seems secure. What does it look like if we're going past the guards? Like inside Esterelia?
Passing through the tall wooden walls, that you're more than sure that they are probably stronger than stone. The interior of the city is a mass of both wood, clay, and brick. Buildings that seemingly have been built in ages past have been refurbished and polished so that they look ever new. Though many of the design styles definitely show that they are several hundred years old due to the architecture. Many of them have wide open windows that utilize wooden panels in oval shapes, similar to owl holes you would normally find in tree trunks. Every so often, you see 4- and 6-legged creatures climbing in and out of holes. As many of the buildings seemingly are attached to one another, they would connect kind of like a cave system. As well as that, there are several owls flying around, a lot of them moving mail between the houses. The streets have been made up of hardened soil and cut slightly into squarish designs. You could say they're like brick, but it's just been made out of what's already there. The streets are also guarded by several people wearing leaf and wooden armor, though again, they're most likely magically treated to be stronger than normal. And is tiered, so as you get closer towards the trees, it's kind of like on a hill that goes up with the buildings going up as well.
Well, this is certainly something. There's sort of Edwin's making loads of notes in the back. I suppose we should try and find somewhere to do what we came here for. Do any of you see any signs for that?
If you look around, you will see that there are markers and street signs to point you to the different districts and businesses of note.
I mean, that sign right there says it.
Yeah, I suppose so. Would one of you two mind speaking to one of the locals, see if we know where we can get what we came here for?
Sure. Should I try to go for a guard or just a random citizen?
Whoever you deem best. I would speak to them, but my demeanor doesn't exactly give much in conversation.
We can ask
Alright.
around, sure.
Why don't we head to the inn and see if there's a Moonmarn there, and he might be able to help us.
That should work. I imagine we have to spend the day here anyway. Don't want to be on the road immediately after.
I suppose so.
I'll just stop a random citizen and be like, excuse me, do you know if there's a colorful bard here somewhere, and if so, which way is it?
A nearby Mithra will jog a bit over towards you. Good greetings, travelers. You're wanting colorful bard, yes?
Yeah, if there's one available.
We certainly have one in this settlement. We just need to go down that road, and then...
What?
He gives you directions where to go.
Oh, okay. Once they're finished, I'll toss them a gill. Thanks for your time.
The Mithra jumps at the coin.
Ah, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful stay.
And you have a beautiful day. And then I'll go on down the way they told me.
As your wagon, your carriage creaks on through the settlement, I would need Drazenka to roll me perception, please.
Getting married.
Okay.
Okay, and everyone besides Brzenka can roll sense motive.
I know I should have put more points in this motherfucker. Right.
Alright, Zyrian, you're too focused on driving. Al, sense motive?
Dum, dum, dum. So you want a sleight of hand, yeah?
Totally. Okay. So, Edwin, you may notice Drazenka's hair kind of flare up a bit, and she may slightly flinch at this. However, Drazenka, you feel a cold but calming wind wash over you and pull slightly towards your right. As you look over, you see that there is a larger church that has depictions of several deities, outside of which is a glorious fountain that pours both liquids and what seems to be ice into the basin. A combination of several deity designs, you feel a sense of homeliness over there.
Are we currently far from the colorful board?
You're a good 1 or 2 minutes drive away from the Colorful Bard.
Siren, do you think we could stop for a moment?
Yeah, no problem. What's going on?
I spotted the large church right over there, and I'd like to have a visit. I won't be long. And she'll just step out of the carriage and start heading that way.
Do you want us to wait for you, or you want us to head on over to the bard still?
Well, if you'd like to go ahead, you can. I think I remember the directions, so I can meet you there if you'd like. I just think there's something I need to do over there.
I think Edwin gets out and he doesn't really say anything. He's just keeping an eye on Drazenka. He'll probably stay outside the church, but he'll just say to the other two, "Would you two mind getting us bedded in?"
Yeah, no problem.
When Edwin steps out, Drazenka kind of turns and looks surprised that he's following along. You don't have to come with if you don't want.
We'd call it professional curiosity.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Something just happened, didn't it? That wasn't just a passing fancy.
No, I felt her pull. And whenever she calls, I'm inclined to answer.
Well, we better go and see what they're after, I suppose. I'll be outside if you need me. I think this may be something more godly than I'm built for, but I'll be outside if you need me. I'm just going to wait outside, I think.
The fountain is outside, it's like in front of the church.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'll wait away from it, so she's got some time to do.
So he just gives like a smile and a nod to Edwin and starts heading towards the fountain.
As you go toward the fountain, it is overly large, around 15 feet tall. The back plate of said fountain is in a castle design, representing that of Alexander. The faucet is depicting the snake-like visage of Leviathan, and then the hands of the basin are blue and clawed, similar to Shiva. As you get closer, the rim of the basin will shake slightly as two goblets are formed out of ice.
Is there something in the goblets?
The goblets are empty.
Okay.
Are you waiting or just investigating what's happening?
Yes, investigating for now.
Alright, if you take some time to think over what is occurring, you'll see another person walk up to the fountain as another goblet of ice is made, but it seems like the person is a native, as they already have their hand ready and waiting for it to fully form. They grab the basin of the goblet, snap it off as it is made of ice, and then they fill it up with water from the fountain and drink it.
Saying that, Drasenka will so pick up one of the goblets and follow suit.
Alright. Roll me a will save, please. Unless you just want to accept anything it does.
She's gonna accept it.
Drinking the water, it freezes your throat for a second, but then you have a overwhelming wash of being refreshed as a 1 second frame of something appears in your mind as you see a part of a mountainside, snow falling, and paw prints in the snow. The visage then fades.
Did the vision have enough detail so if I ever were to see that area I would be able to recognize it?
Yes. It was if you were standing there yourself. If you were to see it again, you would most likely remember it, but there wasn't enough of a landmark to know exactly where it was.
Okay. This might be a silly question, but could I at least differentiate the area from, was it different from area mountain range?
Yeah. You could roll a knowledge geography. Get more pinpoint stuff about it.
Just need to be trained.
No, you can just roll it untrained.
It's not bad. I'll take it.
From what you had explored of the Aria mountain range, as well as possibly reading up on it as you approached and whilst in it, it's a good guess that the image you saw was not part of the Aria mountain range.
Okay. And does it hold any semblance to the mountains I saw in my childhood?
I mean, they're both mountains. It'd be very hard to tell. But
Okay.
your tribe moved around anyway, so
Yeah.
there'd be too many things to remember.
Yeah, fair enough.
The goblet in your hand slowly melts. It's not going to be cold or hot, but there is still one next to you. Well, on the lip of the basin itself.
again, might be a weird question, but the way they formed, does it seem like the other goblet was like more like towards Edwin, where Edwin was standing in the back, or?
It grew to the right of it. The one you picked up was the one that was directly in front of you. The one that's left is slightly to your right, which would be closer towards Edwin.
Because the person who came up, they only got the one goblet, right?
Yes, the goblet formed exactly where they appeared, and they immediately took it, and it seemed as if it formed for them.
Okay. He's gonna turn around and wave over Edwin.
He will come over. So, miracle insights, ability to raise the dead. What happened?
Nothing quite that dramatic, but insight to where my path may lead next. Or yours, if you'd be willing to trust her. And she kind of gestures towards the goblet.
Looked kind of pensively at it. I think this may be something that the other two should have a chance to do. I don't think it's a good idea for me to do this.
It is only extra insight, but it is your choice.
I simply fear what it could contain. That's all. Is there any way of I can't. I know this isn't like an object I can identify, but is there any way of knowing how this works? I'm thinking about this as Edwin because he's not a faithful person. He's a scientist, and he's trying to figure out how this is allowing this to happen. You could just say no, but I'm just curious to see if there's any way to figure it out.
I mean, you've seen just like magic, and you can use detect magic yourself, can't you? So you know at least magic exists because you've used it. Since you're not religious, the only thing you could relate to is magic. If you allow magic as well as science. But you know, you would have a very reasonable assumption that since this is a feature of the church and people come to this possibly daily, that it has no side effects, at least none hazardous.
Okay. I'm going to take a empty vial from somewhere on my person, which I assume I have, and take some of the water for later. Just
as you put the vial into the basin and pull it out, you see that the vial is empty.
Well, I suppose I don't get to look into that then. Cheers, I suppose. And I'll drink it.
Are you using the ice goblet?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to make a will save, or are you just going to accept what it happens?
Seeing as Drazenka drank it and she's not on the floor frothing, I'm just going to accept it.
All right. Drazenka, roll me perception, please. Drazenka.
Tie-dye on him when he drinks.
And speaking of eyes, as you look at Edwin as he drinks this, you see the bags and dark parts around his eyes completely dissipate. Whereas Edwin, aside from feeling refreshed, you get a 1 second frame of an image in your mind as you see your home back in Hatterwood, as it is your parents' room. On the bed is your mother with a towel over her face, Next to her is a basin that you can see a rather large red and yellow flower sitting in. And you can roll either knowledge geography or perception.
Ugh.
You can tell from outside that this is sometime in the future. You don't know how long. But you
Does
can
she-
determine that your mother is seemingly ill and someone used that flower next to her to heal her. The image will then fade.
I think I drop the goblet.
Edwin?
Yes.
What is it?
Nothing. Shouldn't have done that. I'll pick up the goblet, and unless it's shattered, I'll put it back where it was.
It's made of ice, so yes, it will shatter, but it melts quickly thereafter.
And I'll sort of just turn around and say I need to go back to the inn. You should speak to the others about this.
Edwin, I'm sorry, I didn't.
It's not that.
Then
It's
what
fine.
is it?
I saw my mother quite ill at some point in the near future. Someone has healed her, but I wasn't there to do it, and I wasn't there to help. Which begs the question, where was I? And where's my father?
I was to say you weren't there. Did you see yourself in the vision?
No.
Maybe you were just right outside then.
Maybe.
We'll get back to Hattawood as soon as we can, Edwin, I promise.
I don't think it's that. It's just the kind of shivers. I'm going back to the inn, and it'll stop walking off.
Drasenka will follow.
If you do pay any attention to the goblets as you leave, they will be pretty much completely melted away. And you're very easily able to find your way to the colourful baths, where I'm going to assume Al and Zaire have already sorted out the stabling.
Yeah, probably.
The colourful baths is a lot more oval in design, as it kind of curves towards the top, almost as if it's making a crown. The black mages wear green and brown colours, as well as even more wooden designed weapons than before, that they seem to have no issue with you approaching. The interior is also draped lavishly with rugs and carpets, the tables even having brown and golden cloths draped over them. Moonwan waves at the regulars that approach.
I am Moonmorn.
It's been quite a few hundred miles of your travel. Close to 600, yes?
Yeah, something around there.
There's not many people that can say they've moved such a distance and done so much in so little.
Well, hopefully we've left a positive influence behind us as we made our way.
There's certainly been a positive attitude to my covers.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that you can appreciate that people need a good place to stay.
Quite true. One of the
And a place to
reasons
drink.
I've designed my places around such.
Well,
He then pours a drink for Al.
Just what I needed.
well, while we're in Esterelia, I wanted to know, do you happen to know where we might find some Esterelia beans and seeds?
The namesake of this place. Or the opposite, I suppose. Those, even though they share the name of this settlement and its tree, are quite in demand. You'd be best going to one of the many coffee shops within here, though you might have to go to quite a few.
Do you know which one might be most likely? Or if there's like, I don't know, like a place that makes all of the coffee? I don't know what the name of such a place would be. Like their suppliers.
The largest and most definitely wealthiest of stock would be Shinto's.
Could you show me where that is on a map?
Well, we do have maps of the city. I could just give you the directions as well as point you on there.
That would be appreciated.
Since you are looking for a rare breed, might be best to ask now and order it in if they are lacking. It's still early in the day.
That is a good idea. I think we're gonna wait for our companions and then we'll head on out. And while I'm talking to Moonmarn, I will nudge Ow and get the money for some rooms out of the party funds. And then I will pay for my extra room myself, the bath for myself on top of that.
You certainly can. As Metropolis, as well as a larger establishment, they do have all of the different types of rooms. But if you just want the suite, you can just get that.
Yeah, I'll go for a suite for myself.
I take it your compatriots found something of interest within this city.
Yeah, we were off near the churches over there, just around the corner, and Trazinka decided to pay a visit.
Yes, the Lorenzo. She seems quite close with Shiva, as many of her kind tend to be. Are you two not so inclined to those outside of our plane?
I mean, I do pay some homage to the deities.
There are many churches held within this place, though a few of the more destructive and chaotic ones are kept outside for obvious reasons. Visit them or
Obviously.
don't. You are here at your leisure.
You know, I think I might actually, at some point, go do that.
Do you have plans for how long you'll be staying here? Or is it a day trip for some purchasing?
We'd like to see what's around, get our coffee beans and seeds, and maybe we'll find something to do around here for a day or two. I'm not sure. We do have an eventual deadline for getting back home, but other than that, we're kind of free to do what we want.
Is that deadline quite close?
Um, we're about a week away from the deadline. Halfway of the deadline.
You've been on the road for a month. I think a month. Possibly more. I'm not exactly keeping a diary about you. But it seems you have plenty of time to go carriageways. I was going to suggest more magical means, but you might not require that.
Yeah, unless it's free, and we could bring our carriage with us, we might not want to do that.
There's not many things that are free. Free of cost, but maybe not free of time or service.
Ain't that the truth?
If there is anything that is interesting you, feel free to ask.
I think I've got what I need for right now. Out. You mind coughing up for the other 3 rooms from our group stuff?
Sure. How much
And
is
then
it
I'll hand
total?
hand over the 2 for myself.
For the other rooms, it's 1 gil and 50 gross. As for the stables, it would be 40 gross. Or 50 gross, sorry. No. 20 gross. I'm thinking of the premium stables. So 1.70. Unless you just round it to 2 to get a guard.
Too late. I've already sorted out the gross. Oh, done.
As always, I hope you have a pleasant stay at the Colorful Bard.
Thank you very much.
As you sort out payments for the rooms, and possibly adjust stuff in your bags and read the local menus and board, both Drazenka and Edwin will arrive. Al and Zairin, you can both roll perception. Zairin is too focused on other things, whereas Al,
Mine's mine.
you can.
Oh, it is there.
Yeah, it's there. Al, you will notice that Edwin no longer has the bags or dark marks around his eyes, and it seems as if he's just slept for a whole 24 hours.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Edwin will walk past, sit down at a bench, and pull out several of his books, which look to be on horticulture, the very few that he has. Starts whipping through them.
I will hand him a key.
Thank you. You should speak to Drazenka.
Okay.
Everything sorted on this. Everything sorted on this end, I take it.
Yep. And then as I get close to her, I'll hand her a key as well.
Oh, thank you.
Everything okay? Edwin seems to think I should talk to you.
Well, for now, I suppose. Did you find anything about our purpose here? The beats and seats?
Absolutely. We've got a place that we could head to, a Shinto coffee shop. That's got what we are coming here looking for. And then there's also, I'm sure there's a quest board around here somewhere if we want something to do. And then later today, at some point, Drizenko, would you mind going with me to the churches?
So I'd be happy to. In fact, I was gonna suggest to take both you and Al to where we just were.
Oh,
Where are we going?
okay.
Well, we should probably start with the coffee shop, no?
I mean, the sooner we have our intended goals taken care of, then the better.
That is my thinking. Twin, do you want to wait here or come with?
I'll stay here. Thank you.
It's still pretty early in the day, so yeah, we can head on out right now. We already got the rooms and the stables and stuff taken care of. You want to just head out right now?
Probably for the best.
Alright, let's go.
Trazenka looks towards Edwin and opens her mouth to say something, but changes her mind and just starts to head out. Alright, where is this coffee shop?
It's right down this way.
Is Al going with?
Yeah.
You know, you should
Alright.
probably leave the mug behind, Al.
Mm.
Finish it if you have to, but that's not your mug. That's
Alright.
Moonmarn's
I'll
mug.
show down it.
With the directions from Moonman, Zairin is able to guide 3/4 of the party towards Shinto's coffee shop. The exterior, differently from the other buildings, has glass pane windows, though the smell of coffee permeates through the woods. The door is slightly ajar, though it does not creak.
It's a shop, so I think we can just head on in, right?
Yeah.
I'll head on in and
Heading on in, the shop is lined with shelves and cabinets with jars, vials, and beakers. It's even stronger smelling of both tea and coffee in the interior. On the far end is a wooden counter, and as far as you can see, a stool behind which a coiled snake leg goes around it, and sitting atop the stool is a naga.
Good day.
Good day, patron. Are you looking for anything in particular?
we've come in to at least try to place an order for some Esterilion beans and seeds. Not to sound distrustful, but we've had a lot of run-ins with your kind recently. Are you friendly?
Yes, it is a question that is asked often. But father found me quite a few years ago. I am not, aware of others of my kind that are doing anything. Would you
Oh.
prefer to talk to my father?
Oh, no, that's fine. I just... Sorry, I get... we've had some bad experiences recently, and it just got the hackles up immediately, but as long as you're going to be friendly, we're fine.
There you have. You're looking for Estrelian beans, yes?
Yeah, and seeds, if we can get those too.
Hmm. The beans we have in stock. However, the seeds are kind of backlogged. It might take a day or two for them to come in.
Oh, that's fine. If we could just put the order in right now, we'd like to get a dozen of each, please.
Of course, I
We
can
can pay
write
it for
down a
it.
note for you. Do you wish to buy them together, or do you want the beans now?
You know, I think the fresher the better, so why don't we get them all together at the same time?
Of course. What name should I write down?
Oh, I'm Zairin.
Alright.
The Naga then whips out their tongue, picks up a quill with it, and writes on the parchment in front of them.
I would say your best time is 9 a.m. tomorrow, or the same for the day after.
Very well. Well, probably check in tomorrow and see if it's available. Or if you'd like, you could send a note whenever it's ready to the Colorful Bard. We're staying there.
I can do that. The note might arrive a bit later, but if you're staying in town for some time, I'm sure you'll get it.
Yeah. Would you like us to pay up front?
It is a half payment in advance, please. For these combined, that'll be 120 gil.
Al, do you have your bag with you?
Yes.
Do we have enough to cover the 120 right now?
Yes.
Should
You
be able
kept
to,
the
yeah.
2 pouches, so yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
I
take
couldn't
one of the
remember if we put
pouches.
Like,
those
we were
pouches.
coming for. If we're specifically coming to buy them, we would have taken those specific money packs with us, right?
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Makes
Yeah.
no sense for us to leave them behind
mean,
if this
if
was
not,
our goal.
We can just pay it with the group loot, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
when
we-
get
we
back to
have
the
it,
car,
you know,
I'll
but
just
just-
swap it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we'll
All
take
right,
one of the
here
pouches.
you go.
Ugh, quite pristine coins. Though a bit darker than I normally see.
Are they acceptable? Is there something wrong with them?
Yes, they are legal tender. They're just not minted over here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not a problem then.
Anything else I can do to supply you with what you require?
I'm okay for now. I think. Unless, does anybody want to get a drink while we're here?
Drink, you say? What alcoholics do you have?
They
We
typically deal in these
specialize
circles.
in alcohol, but we do have some to put into the drinks.
I'll take one of those in.
That'll be 2 gil if you're wanting a ready-made cup.
She'll toss over to Gil.
Do you have any coffee with chocolate in it?
We certainly do.
I'll take one of those, please. Extra chocolate.
That'll be 1 gil and 20 grass.
You
No
have
problem.
to-go cups.
Yes, we do.
Could I have your strongest coffee drink, please?
That'll be 80 grass.
as the Naga is taking the orders, you can see their head shake, vibrate a bit as 3 to-go mugs will float onto the counter as several ingredients are poured in along with hot water.
Ooh, fancy.
There you go. I hope they are to taste.
Well, once they cool down a little bit, I'm sure we'll be able to let you know.
Thank you kindly. I'm sorry, I don't think we got your name.
I am Asili.
Well, Asili, it's nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance and have your business.
Have a wonderful day.
Alright, with the beans, the seeds on offer, on order, do the 3 of you return back to the Culver Band?
Yeah, unless we want to take another detour on our way back.
Not yet. Rasenka wants to go back to the colorful board.
Can we pick up a coffee for Edwin?
That's
Nope.
what Rasenka got it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was meant for Edwin. She didn't think anything from herself. As you might notice when you take your drinks and start drinking it, Rasenka is not touching hers other than carrying it.
Zyron's drink is completely gone by the time it gets back.
Your drink is slightly thicker than the others, as it is very chocolatey.
Excellent.
Whereas for Al, the best approximation to it is a Bailey's coffee.
Fair enough.
As you return to the Culver Bard, you'll probably still see Edwin researching. As Jozenka bought the coffee for Edwin, if you do offer it to him, you could roll sense motive.
Me or them, sorry.
Jozenka.
Yeah.
God damn, fair enough.
As you hold the coffee towards Edwin, you can really easily tell that he's not taking it as quick as he would normally do.
Thank you. He'll sort of look into his bags and pull out his tankard, and rather than sipping directly from the to-go cup, he'll pour half into this and say, "If I've heard anything about this, then you should have at least some."
No, that's not necessary. I got this for you.
Why?
Because I thought you'd like it, and I don't personally enjoy coffee as much.
In that case, I'll have it then. Thank you.
Of course.
I take it, and it will smell it, and he'll look happier about it. I take it you found what we're looking for then.
I
Yep.
did.
Excellent. Well, he'll sort of pop it down. He doesn't touch the coffee just yet. I've got to get back to this. If you need me to come with you, I can. I just wanted to check something.
Can
Yes.
we help with anything?
Do you know much about plants?
Might know where to find some, but that's about it.
Then no. It's not a problem. I can look into this in my own time.
Well, we're gonna be here for a couple of days at least, because well, we put in an order, but we don't. It won't be ready until at least tomorrow, maybe the next day.
I see. Do we have enough for all the requirements?
Yes, we made the order in full. They should arrive at the same time. Like Siren said, either tomorrow or the day after.
Well, excellent then. He'll sort of close the book, which you can see looks like a book on different kinds of flowers.
This place is for about. There are a lot of druids around. We could ask them about that.
It's an excellent idea.
If you are showing the books to the party, they can roll knowledge nature.
So you need to be trained.
No. Ow.
He's coming.
There it is. Alright, Rozenka and Zairin. You don't have too much knowledge about many of the flowers in the books. One or two just seem to be more mundane things, and stating as such they have no medicinal properties. However, Al, you will notice one of them.
God spoke to me twice. Had to correct themselves.
God can even make mistakes.
Annoyed
God
fowl.
made a typo.
Is that not just the platypus?
I mean, is that, or is that my knowledge wrong and then I corrected myself?
Yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
So what is this? What I noticed or remembered?
That is what you. I guess you would notice it because you're looking at it, but you will remember that.
Wow, for someone that's not smart, how smart. She'll let the party know. It's easy probably if I just put it out. A red and yellow flower, hollow lily, found in the mountains to the west.
As Al says that, Edwin's head will snap up. What?
What? Do you need your ears cleaned out? I just said it once. A red and yellow flower, hollow lily, found in the mountains to the west.
The west. Shadowrock Hollow, hollow lily, of course. Slams the book, puts it away.
Whoa, what? That? Why'd you say my village?
Right, well, I can't do anything about that now. Shall we? And picks up a coffee and starts walking towards the door.
Edwin, you gotta tell me more than that, surely.
Weren't you
said
going
about
to
my
a
village.
church? It doesn't matter now. I thought you were going to a church. We can't do anything about it for a while.
Well, we can walk to a church and talk.
There's no need. Shall we? And just walks out the door.
You just see Al stomping after him. You gotta tell me more!
I mean, I guess we could go straight to the church now. Oh.
Al's around the door.
You probably hear Al saying, "You got to tell me more," and Edwin just says, "No," and that repeats, I imagine, until
It's
we
just
get there.
gonna keep going all the way to the church until someone tells
Oh,
us
yeah.
to be quiet.
It's like a kid in the back seat.
Yeah, it's just a kid and a parent. Tell me more! No. Tell me more! No.
I'll tell you when you get older.
And then they forget about it.
Well, that certainly was odd, wasn't it, Jazinka?
Yes, well. I suppose I should explain at least something of where we're going. The reason why I stopped earlier, I felt her guiding me towards the church. And there we received, both of us, a vision from her.
Edwin as well?
Yes, it was an offering and I coaxed him into accepting it. And ever since then, he's, well, been like this.
He certainly seems driven.
I was hoping to take you to there as well in case she had something to offer to you as well. It seems to be quite a regular occurrence since other people were receiving the same as they went by or came to the fountain on purpose.
Alright. I'm not a particular follower of hers, but neither is Edwin, so, I mean, if it's something you would like, we can go do that for sure.
Well, after receiving mine, I was more certain it would be beneficial for all of us, but now kind of looks towards Edwin and just looks extremely like just worried and conflicted. I'm not as sure. I suppose you both at least deserve the chance to accept it if you will have it, but I have no idea what you will see.
Yeah, well, I'll let you know whatever I see if I see anything. We should probably catch up to them. I don't think Edwin's gonna stop for anything now.
Indeed.
Are you heading to the same fountain that had the Shiva stuff in it?
Yep. But that's where Drasenga tries to guide them to.
Alright, as you approach the same fountain as before, no goblets form.
Something's supposed to happen, Jazinka?
Is the part of the fountain still frozen though?
Is what part of the fountain frozen?
Well, wasn't part of the fountain frozen at some point?
Oh, it is pouring out both water and ice, but there's no goblets forming on the rim.
Right. Alright. Oh, well. Looks like I got a little eager over nothing, then I apologize.
Well, that's fine. I was not... I wanted to come here for a different reason. Would you be able to help me find a different deity? I don't know much about them. And the one that I was looking for, I know their name, but I don't know any of their iconography or anything like that.
I'm not really that versed into theology beyond my own lady, but I could help you asking around. Who are you looking for?
Well, I've been noticing a lot of my abilities that I'm learning. They tend to manipulate time in small ways. So I was looking to go see if I could get give some sort of patronage to Zamala. I don't know exactly where my abilities come from. I know a lot of it's training, but some of the abilities that I have are much more than just physical and precision. It's coming from manipulation of time, and I don't normally have those abilities on my own. So I just like to put that out there as thanks in case that's where it's coming from.
Are these two away from us two at the minute?
We're about us in a group, if that's where Rao and Edwin kind of came with.
I think Edwin's
close
just looking
next to the fountain.
Yeah, I think Edwin's just looking at the fountain, but if you're speaking about this, he will say, I can help if you wish, but again, Jazenka is the theologian. I simply know the text.
Well, you can help out if you'd like. There's several churches around here, and I don't really, like I said, I've figured their name out, but I don't know the iconography or anything like that, so I don't know what any of their church people wear. I don't know what they look like, what symbols they have. I don't know anything of that.
Do we look around in the church and see if we spot anything related to Zamala?
You can look around this one, but there's nothing for Zamala in this one, but there are other churches in the city.
Yeah, that was what I was trying to establish, if there's any that we could find out if they do worship Zamala that we can get Zaya into.
Yeah, you can certainly find one dedicated to Zamala.
Interesting choice of deity. So I suppose he's more like a cosmic reaper of time.
Alright, if you follow directions from the signs, as well as any information being given from Edwin, you can find yourself a church which has a very alien design atop its door frame. And so there's a large circular pattern with two hands with their pointer fingers pointing towards numbers. But as far as you can tell, you have not too much ideas as to what it is. But since there are 12 numbers, it might be related to time, but you are all used to sundials.
That's fancy looking. Are there any clergy around that I could snag some attention from?
You can certainly find someone to talk with.
Excuse me, do you have a moment?
We all have several times to spare. How much do you wish?
I'm not exactly sure. This is my first time here.
There is a first time for everything. We welcome you to our church.
Are you interested within the deity Zamala?
Yeah. So I've got some abilities that I've been developing that have relation to manipulating time, and I just wanted to offer my thanks to Zamala and maybe, I don't know, learn more about them.
Have you been within the employ of time-based abilities?
Um, could you say that differently? I didn't understand it the way you were said it.
Hmm. Have you been perceiving your movements in a new fashion, either sped up or slowed?
Yeah. So, there's times when I can move much faster than I should really be able to. It's just like I do a lot of training and I know my own abilities for the most part, but at times I can speed up beyond my normal ability.
We always encourage a skeptic mind. There are many means to access powers not usually attainable. It is always likely you just have some innate magical power. However, if you do believe it to be more deep-seated and unnatural, it could be that Samala has greased you with his chains.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether that is the case or not, but if it is, I would like to give some thanks, and maybe you could help me with determining what some appropriate measures might be for that.
Samala has a very backseat approach to his governing. He only places his hand upon those that wish to break apart and defile time. The only thing you could really give back is observing those means and also trying to stop any others that would quarrel with time.
That seems pretty simple. Do you guys have, um, like, my friend Drazenko over there? She's a follower of Shiva. She's got like that pendant on her. Do you guys have any sort of symbols or anything like that?
We often see watches as our symbols.
I don't know what that is. What's a watch?
The cleric moves into his robe and holds out a sizable egg-shaped device, and it has a similar face to the one on the front door. As far as you can tell, it tells the time, but in a very strange and alien fashion. These need to be repowered every 12 hours, but they are quite accurate at telling the minutiae of the day.
Oh, what powers them?
There is a simple turnstile on the inside, though you would need tweezers to turn it. It is quite a annoyance, but for the devout, it is our sort of prayer.
Simple and direct. I like it. Um, where might I gain one of these devices? Can I purchase one somewhere?
We do sell these watches. It is 100 gil.
Oh, um, I don't really have that much, I don't think.
They are relatively new to the world. Mostly only those that follow Zamala house them. We do wish to have a 24 or longer than daily powered ones, but for now, a half day is all we can manage. Outside of magic, of course.
I really would like to have one, but I don't really have enough money for that. So, I guess I can't do that right now, but I mean, I guess that's a goal for later.
Do you wish for money, Zarin?
No, you can keep your money, Edwin. I can save up for it later. Like, that's more than I've had at one time, I think, for myself.
Well, by my reckoning, I've missed your birthday at least 4 times in the last 4 years, so I do owe you something.
You don't owe me anything, Edwin. Your teaching has been well beyond anything I could have asked for.
Right, that aside, would you like the money, yes or no?
I would like it, but I'm not going to ask you of it, and I don't think you should give it to me.
Excellent. Take this 50 gil. There you go.
Well, I suddenly have enough.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, Edwin. And then I'll go into my own stash of money and I'll grab out another 50 gil and I will hand it over.
Thank you for your patronage to me and our deity. The man goes over to the side, pulls out a different egg, as well as a pair of tweezers, and hands them to you. We'd advise that you tune them both in the morning and evening.
Yeah, that's, could you just show me how to do it real quick?
Of course. The man then uses one side of the tweezers to open up a screw, and opening up the back, he shows you the right part to basically turn around with the tweezers.
I'll just speed the rest of this along, but I'll just ask a couple questions about, over tuning it and any other care and maintenance I need to do, oil or
Does it
anything
have
like
NOS?
Speed up time. Yeah, he'll answer any of your questions that he is able to.
All right.
Most importantly, how to read it.
Does
Yeah,
it have what is time?
Do you have a pamphlet that I could use to learn how to read this thing?
He will give a brief description of how it works, but since you use sundials anyway, you are generally used to a watch face. It's just that this has different numbers and styles to it. It's very close that you can get a at least half accurate reading of them. You might stumble here and there on the minutes.
All right.
What is Eve?
What is what?
I was trying to make a joke, but apparently nobody get it.
Did you say Eve? I couldn't quite hear.
Eve
Oh yeah.
or
Oh, IV, yeah.
C?
Wait, what?
Why is there letters in my watch?
Is
If
it
you
in
do
the middle
want
of something?
to look it up for yourself, it is basically just a 15th century watch.
okay? Is it like an in the pocket? Is it a like?
It is something you keep in your pocket. You cannot wear this on your wrist.
No. I was gonna say like, is it in the pocket or is it like on a chain around the neck or what?
No, it would be in your pocket.
All right, perfect.
Drzenka does make a good point though. Why are there so many letters on this thing?
Well, according to, and we'll just go on into that headed
Yeah, it's just
off the table.
Yeah.
Alright, with Siren getting himself a very oldie-timey watch, we shall have our break here.
Alright, see you in a minute.
Now I'll be back. Takes us off the BRB screen. There he goes. Jester, speak.
Hello.
Why do I expect Wolf? Never mind.
Sorry, just got out of the shower.
Damn, that was fast.
That was a quick shower, Jesus.
Yeah, I got work straight after D&D, so.
Damn, that's a shame.
Same.
Well, we better crack on then.
Alright, with Siren now having a 15th century pocket watch, where you guys go next?
Because Edwin wasn't there, sorry, I just need to clarify something. Did they have to order the beans?
We can get the beans.
Yes.
I think we're waiting for the seeds.
You could have got the beans, but you decided you were going to order the seeds and get the beans at the same time.
How much are the beans? Just flat.
100.
The beans themselves is 120, 120, and the seeds are also 120. You have to pay half in advance. Since you're getting both, you basically paid 120 to get both of them in 1 or 2 days.
Then we
Okay.
later pay the rest of the 120 when we get them.
So I guess for the time being, do we go to the Colourful Bard and see if there's any quests we can pick up?
Essentially.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, with what happened, do I feel weird? Like, because this is probably the first time that Edwin's been, like, unchronically tired. Is probably the best way I can put it.
I mean, if that's the first time, well, you do feel weird because you don't feel tired. You feel full of energy, full of beans.
I kind of wanted to get some for myself, honestly, the beans, but we can do that when we go back to the shop. So yeah, no, happy to go and get a quest. It will be a point. Did we rest? Sorry, or if we just sort of sat down.
You haven't rested here. You rested outside the town. It's currently noon.
Yes, it only took us like 3 hours to get to the city.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, so it's still the same day.
We haven't really done that much yet.
Cool. Yeah, Edwin will just say, I'm happy to follow. Lead on.
If you go straight back to the Colourful Bard, looking for any jobs you can pick up, it seems like a lot of them are more long-form contracts, similar to Dead Meat, or at least from what you could gather. They are a combination of go here today, go here tomorrow, go here the day after. A lot of it is ship bodyguards, people being sent out into the oceans to deal with the Naga issues, or being put onto group events to go to the several rivers. There's not a lot here that could be done in under a week.
Well, by not a lot, you mean there's something, right?
There's not really anything that you would kind of bother doing yourself, unless you want to go kill some half CR things that are just like very close to the city.
Well, this is disappointing, but it does give us the chance to decompress. In fact, it's been a very long time since you and Isaiah sparred. You've got a lot better, and I could do with some tips on my sword work when you have a chance.
Yeah, sure. In fact, I'd like to do a spar against everybody at some point if we have time.
Maybe we spend some time, and I'll just look at everyone else doing that.
Looks like we have the rest of the day.
Hey, Moonmarn.
Least.
Yes.
Got any local sparring grounds that we could borrow, use, rent?
There are some local jousting arenas that aren't currently being used. You could go tussling.
I have a suggestion. As I maybe see Al's ears prick up. Moonmon, would you mind if we bought, either from here or elsewhere, some bottles to take with us? I have a wager in mind.
Bottles? That's fine. I've got a few on myself if you want.
Well, my idea, if you remember, back in Hatterwood, it was a long time ago now. I am making this up, so do feel free to wreck on it if you ever want. I'm just fully doing this on the fly. Do you remember when we used to do Drunken King on the Hill, the festival back home, where whoever won a spar had to drink the bottle, and then whoever came in next had to face them, and if they lost, they got to go back into the back of the queue, but whoever wins keeps having drinks until it's all over.
Yeah, that was my favourite game. I used to get
I
drunk
know,
all the time.
Yes, you were very good at it, from what I remember.
Yeah, I typically didn't participate in that.
It's just because you couldn't beat me.
I'm going to look at probably Drasenka, and try and catch her eye a little bit. So, well, maybe we take a bit of home here. We're probably the farthest point we've ever been from it. And I think that we could all do with a bit of... What's the word?
Fun.
Thank you, random god, or random bystander in the tavern. Yes, fun. So,
I'm down
I'm
for
sure
it.
we-
I get a drink. And a lot
yes,
of
I'm
them
sure
too.
they... Exactly. If you don't want to drink, you don't have to. I'm just offering the suggestion. We've been... In all honesty, Edwin's thinking about this from, like, a medical perspective. We've been tightly wound for a while. We could do with a bit of a break.
You know what? I'll declare it a special occasion, and I'll go ahead and I'll join in.
I've never drank in my entire life. I didn't participate. But I'm happy to, with all of you, now. I think that would be the best time.
I can count the number of times I've had a drink on my claws.
Are you including toes?
I mean, I'm just counting this one hand.
Well, I'm sure you'll be able to win over me at least. The rest of you are a lot better, but I'm willing to throw my proverbial hat in the ring. What about you, Trazenka? I realize you are a woman of the cloth, ice, whatever your verbiage is. I apologize, I'm simply ignorant. I'm not trying to be rude.
I know. And well, you all also know that I've never been much of a drinker myself. But I'd hate to beat the odd one out.
I'll tell you what then. A lot of us don't drink, so maybe we find a different forfeit. Oh, I know. Let's say the winner of each bout can't use a limb in the next one. How about that? Doesn't involve substance, it's just a test of skill. Something like that, and I think at that point I'll just kind of devolve into some kind of idea. You say that, but I'm pretty sure Edwin's the one that helps you with any hangovers that you have the next day. Or probably Jozenka with the fatigue. I know, I was just saying that maybe we pick a different forfeit then. I don't really mind what it is. It doesn't have to be substance-based. It could be we have to wear a silly hat. Or something. You're a lot better at this than me.
I've got an idea. And then Zaire just disappears for a little bit.
An amazing idea. He leaves.
He runs away.
Zaire spends a little bit of time and probably close to like 4 or 5 gil putting together the silliest outfit that just has no matching colors, feathers, boas, just random atrocities being committed to in the name of fashion.
Are you making a fancy joke onesie? Is that what's happening right now?
Maybe. There's a weird hat that nobody else has ever bought. You know, a jacket that's too small for just about anybody except for Al. It's all getting like stitched together in the most crude and ugly fashion he can manage, and he will bring that back as the prize.
Luce has to wear that parade around town.
Winner, loser, however you decide.
I mean, the way you described it sounded hideous.
Exactly. But it could also be a point of pride.
I like it.
Ballpark random number for how much gil or whatever I'm spending.
Yeah, 5 gil's fine.
Sure.
Well, you two seem quiet. I'm sort of looking over at Jozenka now.
No, I'm fine to see where this goes.
I'm interested.
I will say now, I only have a certain amount of medical supplies. It's best if we use the best out of character, essentially training weapons. So ones that are going to do like non-lethal or something, so we can easily, like, we're not going to get seriously injured doing this. But yes, and I'm happy to just kind of do this over the day, but well, stands up. We're not going to find out the winner and the owner of the victory suit. Sat here, are we?
Yeah, we just gotta decide if the winner or the loser has to wear it.
I think it's funnier if it's the winner's outfit.
Exactly.
Gives it a little extra stakes.
Yes, I think that's best.
Beautiful.
Maybe it's the choice of the winner can choose to wear it or delegate someone else to wear it.
Nah, I think we all agreed. It's the winner.
The winner. I think that's best then. Well, come on now, you've got a fancy costume to put on.
Hey, she hasn't won yet.
I'm glad that he knows.
I think Edward just knows that he's going to lose this, but is happy to participate.
Alright, so how are we gonna do this?
That's not my call, that's up to God. I don't think it needs to be like a full-on fight between us, but yeah.
Is it a free for all or is it round robin?
Round robin, so like 1v1s, King of the Hill kind of style.
And you're just fighting?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys think of something different, but that's like the first round, and then maybe another round is like something different. But I think we maybe spend the day just being ourselves and having a bit of fun with each other. Correct me if I'm wrong there. You might have other plans.
No, that's kind of how I imagine it. Like a mix of a spar, but mostly just playing.
Yeah, I don't think we're really taking this seriously. It'll be like
Yeah.
a bit of a spar, and then like, let's see who can throw rocks at a target the best. Or yeah, it's very kind of, because realistically our ages aren't that, like, we're not that old, right? Collectively, I think most of us are late teens, if not early adults.
I mean, you would all be adults. In the eyes of the racial statistics, you are all adults.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're not like, and care if I'm wrong here, I don't know everyone's ages, but
No one is middle-aged.
no, that's what I mean.
Like years-wise, we're all below 20.
Yeah, I think it's just a chance to, blow off steam.
If it is just sparring training-wise, I guess just whoever rolls the highest on a d20.
Yeah, I'm happy with that if you guys are.
Yeah, no
Mhm.
problem.
Sure.
Any modifiers whatsoever?
No, because
Just rollies.
you will have different ways of fighting that you'd all be similar to using what you have.
Yeah, I
Especially because
expected
round
that.
robin.
Yeah.
This is where our rolls are 1.
Oh, there it is. I knew it.
I knew it was coming as well.
It was one of you was going to get one. One of you.
Wow. I was more
I think
interested in the
Al-
drinks.
Yeah, you're either too interested in the drinks or you're very focused on not hurting other people.
Yeah,
Especially since you're
she's
probably not going
used to
dragon
not
form, you're just
fighting,
using the wooden weapon.
aggressively and lethally.
Yeah. And I think, honestly, we probably know that. Like, we've seen you do some horrific shit to people
Mhm.
before. So, yeah, it's nice. Zyron's taking it. Fucking
Zayr's just-
Matrix
Oh yeah,
mode.
he's taking it.
Tending to drink.
He's almost taking it personally.
You spend a good amount of time having your King of the Hill. Zyron knows exactly the outfit he made, so he's really gunning for it. And then you win your own outfit.
He struts around like a peacock with weird feathers.
Looks like a really fucked up, like, Frankenstein chocobo in my eyes, but I don't know what it looks
If
like.
anything, Al really did not want to wear that outfit, so she's like purposely lost.
As soon as I realized we're not like none of us taking this serious, it's like, why the fuck should I?
So, does this count as another competition that I've won?
No, this was Edwin's idea. I never shook on anything.
They're not wrong.
It was a
But-
competition still, just had more players than usual.
Well,
I'll
I knew was
let
going
it
against the
slide.
scorecard, I would have maybe put a bit more effort in.
I think we let this one be. I think we're all just battered and kind of sitting out somewhere. I must say, if I had to go this far from anywhere, I'd suppose it has to be with all of you. Well, good night. That was enough for me, and I'm just going to go to bed.
Don't think I've ever seen Edwin so lovey-dovey before.
It's only 3 p.m. and he's already...
Oh yeah, it's light outside, like fully way too early.
Zarin started using specifics with time now.
It's exactly 5 p.m.
It's exactly 3:67. Wait.
Wait.
I think I read that wrong.
What was it again?
Why are there 2 V's? What is this?
Who decided to split it into 12s and 24s and 60s and what is this?
Is that a 6 or a 4? Which way do the V
It's
and
to
the I
show your
go?
devotion. Devotion through pain.
Okay, Zonkuthon, calm down.
This would have been so much easier if it was just 10s.
It is tens. 6 tens.
10s and hundreds.
We pass a nod into the next day.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Was that Chasta?
I believe so.
Alrighty. The day passes into the next as Edwin, you awaken just on time and you feel as if you don't even need to do your morning routine. You're very energetic already. As Al, you feel like you don't have a stomach, but not in a bad way. It's like there's no pangs or thirst.
Well, this is weird. If that's the case, she's immediately going to go downstairs and go get a drink from Moonmon to test this theory.
You can drink it, and it still like fills you and gives you effects, but you don't feel as if you need it.
She doesn't need it,
Still nice, you can still enjoy it.
but she wants it.
Yeah. As you're drinking, Moonmon will ask,
No grand adventures. There's plenty of stuff to be doing on the ocean.
Ocean, you say? Why would I want to go out there?
Well, you've lot have been dealing with Nagas, as seen if you, spoken to me. A lot of boats getting bodyguards.
I'm not very much into the sea life. I like dry land. Or the skies.
The home is where you feel welcome. What was that outfit that Zairin was wearing anyway?
I don't know. He's taken on a new personality trait. I guess.
Very well.
All this speak of boats. I guess whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, applicable saying, yes. Are you planning on staying long?
I don't think so. I think we're pretty much just waiting another day till we can get some supplies, and then we're heading back down south.
Such a long journey for only a 2-day stay.
Yeah, we had stuff to do. Now that stuff's almost over.
Suppose you'll be traveling out west next.
I'd like to take a detour west. Maybe go and see how the village is doing.
Village? There's plenty of villages off to the west.
Oh, I mean my home village, Shadow Rock Hollow. It's sort of hidden in the mountains.
Not heard of it myself.
Well, if you ever feel like setting up a tavern there, you could really do with more alcohol in the village.
Not too sure I'll have a tavern in the Western Mountain Range. Quite a few dragons there.
What's wrong with that? Feels like home to me.
Sadly, not to me.
That's a shame. Guess I'll just have to take to-go cups.
You'll now find some of my establishments at oases, oasi, or whatever they may be in the deserts.
Everyone else will be at the counterbear's point.
It's about to say, where's the party sleeping in?
Edwin's probably off doing Edwin stuff, honestly. If he sort of walks by, he will say, well, if you're going west, I'll go with you. I have things to do there.
Yeah, like looking for that flower, right? Want to tell me more about it?
No.
Well, you mentioned my village, and I'm going there, so, want to tell me more about it?
No.
What do you mean? You're leaving us?
Why would we leave you? You're coming with us, correct?
Wait, I thought Owl's village was like way far away in a different direction.
No.
It
It's
is.
in the west.
Yes, we go back to our home, and I'm going to very pointedly say our home, not the name, and then we go west.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll go with you guys. Yeah.
You... Ah, I see. Are you just asleep on a bar stool somewhere?
No, he just came downstairs. He's still wearing the victory coat. He just takes a little bit to wake up.
Edwin, if you require or want our help, you do have to talk to us at some point. Or to them, at least.
Do I? And to clarify,
Yes,
this
that is how things work. Generally, you talk to people who you are going to be traveling with. If you want help, all you need to do is ask, but you do need to ask. We are not mind readers, Edwin.
everyone narrow his eyes at this. Just, are you sure? But
To be fair, if Edwin decided he was going to go on a trip, I would go with him. Somebody's got to keep him alive, and he's got to keep the rest of us alive.
It's not really a question of that, but communication. You are all our friend, Edwin, and we will help you, but you need to speak to us. We can't help you if we don't know what's going on.
maybe not. I'll make you a deal then. I will tell you, and I'm going to look at Owl, praying the rest of you as well in the eyes. Not at the same time, because that'd be weird. I'll tell you when we get home. There's no point in telling you now, in truth. I will say you now, and I'll also hands up. It's not going to be a problem until later. I just don't know how long. Which is why I need to go home soon.
We need to get home sooner than as soon as possible. Do you want? I've heard there's some teleportation services available. I don't think we'd be able to take our cart though.
You kind of look. I think the first thing Edwin does is looks over at Trezanka and just says, "You tell me, what does the Lady of Ice give in her visions?
She
How long
gave
do
you
I
what you
have?"
saw.
So no absolutes then. Just that. I think we can at the very least go through the mountains and head through that way. I simply want to pick up what we came here for. I'm just really in the mood. I'm going to go upstairs. Good night, and we'll take himself away.
It's the morning.
Good morning, and takes himself away.
He says goodnight because he's not coming out of his room until tomorrow. Moonmar, did I get any missives or anything like that?
Nothing addressed to you, no.
Alright, we might get something from that coffee shop sometime today. If you happen to get it, let me know.
Well, we just go ask.
We could, but if we don't get any notes or anything like that, we can wait till tomorrow.
Well, they did say that it might be later, so... But I think it should be better for us to just go immediately and the notice for if it happens later in the day. If it happens to be ready for pickup at
Hey.
9 when they said, then we might as well go see.
Oh, that reminds me. And I'll pull out his watch and rewind it.
Everyone could just hear the gears turning and clicking inside the watch.
Right, I take it you got what you were looking for then
I think so.
with that. That's good.
Moonmar's kind of like leaning over the counter to look at the weird egg.
I'll show it to him.
What kind of chicken or zoo laid that?
I mean, it's not really from a creature. A person made it. I got it at the Church of Zamala.
Oh, okay. Not particularly devout of that, but whatever.
I mean, I've recently come to it myself. And it's not like I'm like incredibly devout or anything like that.
I guess it keeps the mind off of other things.
I mean, more like brings my mind to a certain place. Anyways, Drezinka, you said you want to go with me? Al, are you willing to go?
Sure thing.
You know, I'm really confused as to how you get up bright and chipper so
I don't
every
normally.
day.
But it felt weird today. Must be this ring. And I wanted to go and test a theory.
I mean, you basically drink yourself to sleep whenever we're here, and then you just get up normally. I don't get it.
Don't worry
Some
about
of us are just built different.
Wait till it's close to time, and I guess we'll just take off to the coffee shop.
If you go to the coffee shop, Aseli will inform you that the seeds have not come in yet.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Does the party want to do anything today, or are they just going to wait until tomorrow?
You know, I think I'm just gonna go train with some guards if they'll have me.
The ones in the training grounds will give you a few sparring matches.
Sure. I don't want to be not doing anything all day.
What was Al going to be testing?
No, I was testing my drinking when I was at the bar in the morning.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you were testing something afterwards.
No.
Is Al going to do anything during the day?
Yeah, to be fair, if there's a sparring round, she'll probably go and beat up some lowlifes.
You say low lives, the sparring grounds are most likely to be with the guards with the iron.
Yeah, but they're going to feel bad for themselves after they fight out.
Says the one who lost the sparring match with a friend.
Yeah, but she was having to be non-lethal.
Are you going to not be non-lethal with the guards?
Have they got a medic on site?
They're not going to let a dragon just have their way with them.
I have a little perception of what wounds can be treated and warped slightly with Edwin around.
She will attempt to fight non-lethally, but it won't be as good as what she could do if it was lethal.
And they appreciate that.
It's called practice, you don't go full out. Rosenga's gonna by asking around more than searching for the libraries or anything, because she's not good at that, but find like a certain type of greenhouse or like all the people who seem to know more about plants than she does and try to find more information about the Hollow Lily. Other than just that it grows in the West Mountains, but anything more than she could, maybe. If she can't, then that's fine, but she's gonna try.
Yeah, if you want to talk amongst populace, it'd be diplomacy.
Yep. Oh, that's... wow, okay.
You do find greenhouses and the like, and people that tend to nature, because who would have guessed it? This place is full of druids. But it seems either you're talking to the wrong people or describing it in the wrong way, as nobody has any clue about a hollow lily.
Okay.
Which could at least tell you that it might not be here.
I mean, yeah.
Is Edwin just researching for the day?
Edwin will probably go to... It's probably a bit of a mirror of what Drazenka's doing, so I'm looking for the Hollow Lily as well, but I'll be doing it by looking at books and trying to find out some kind of central library here that I can do it. Which probably isn't as efficient because people know a lot of stuff, but that's what he knows to do.
You can roll knowledge nature.
Alrighty. This may sound like a really weird time to do it. Can I use a hero point on this?
My
My knowledge is decent, but don't know how this works because it's like a long time.
I would allow it, but I'd probably just advise against it.
Okay, I won't then. Jesus. Right, I'm re-rolling it.
It's a
Hero
good
points going
thing
out.
I advised against it.
Jesus, yeah. Re-rolling that shit. Hero points gone. That's what it is. I'm not having a 1. This is important for him.
Trying to research as best you can about hollow lilies. It seems to be an especially rare type of flower, to the point that it's nowhere near sighted towards the north or even around Esterilia. So there's not really a lot of documentation about it. You do have a picture and diagram of it, as well as a few notes of what it could do, but besides that, nothing really comes to mind.
Can I spend the rest of the day... If I find a diagram of it, or a picture, can I spend the rest of the day sketching that so I can keep it in a different piece of paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll me craft.
Can I make a sculpture of it? Because that would actually be better.
You
don't have to. I do have...
I suppose, but it's not going to be coloured, but...
Yeah, I'll do drawing. Would it be drawing? I don't know.
Yeah, it would be drawing, yeah.
But that's what it is.
Alright, you're able to get the basics down. It's not going to win any awards, but it's not terrible to look at.
As long as I can reference it, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll spend the day doing, honestly. I don't know if I'd cross paths with Drazenka, because we have very different approaches, so probably not.
Yeah, probably not if you just go straight to like a library or some such.
Yeah.
Just think it was focused on like the people around and the druids here.
Yeah, so I don't know about anything about that. But that's what I do. If I have any other time for the day, I will basically roll out my accreditation and say, if people need healing, I am here for you in Moonmon's Tavern. Because I imagine there are adventurers that come there quite often.
Yeah, that's what a lot of the other adventurers who have healing abilities also offer out as well.
Yeah, so I go to basically the heal corner and do the same thing. So if I
Mhm.
can use any of my abilities, I will to help people out. Even if it's just like, if there's no adventurers that do it, I will go to essentially heal people who are in need and don't have the money for it.
Alright, spending the day training, researching, and healing others. It's a very calming day in Esterilia. As the day will pass into the next. Al, you will wake up in the middle of the night feeling as if you rested the whole night.
If that's the case, she'll get up, go downstairs, go get a drink.
I thought you were going to say do push-ups, but yeah.
Hey, the bar will be empty at this point, I hope. She gets full access.
Do you lie across like 5 bar stools just because you can? Wait, no, you're short. Like 3, maybe 2.
Is the party going to Shinto's coffee shop to check there for seeds, or are you going to wait around to see if there's going to be a note?
I'll check with Moonmarn first thing, and then if there's not a note, I'll go check it out, see if it's there.
There is not a note, but when you get to Shinto's, you'll see that there is a Guado at the counter instead of the Naga.
Hello there.
Hello, sir. Are you here to purchase, or have you made an order?
Yes, sir. My name is Zairin. I left an order here a couple days ago. Just checking to see if it's been filled yet.
Ah, you must have met my son then. Let me look at the ledger. A dozen Esterilian beans and seeds, yes?
Yep, that's the one.
The man turns around and goes to one of the cabinets behind him and pulls out a sack and a glass beaker as he hands them to you.
These seeds are contained within this beaker as they are quite hungry for the air and moisture around.
Ooh, what does that mean? If I open it, is it gonna, like, suck in the water and air?
If you open it, they start growing, but if they're not in soil, they grow aberrantly and don't produce as good a bean.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes, I
think...
suggest you only open it when you're ready to plant. If you are planting, I know some people like to chew on these.
Yeah, thank you very much. I will grab the other pouch, and I will grab another 120 gil out and hand it over.
I remember these coins from our counter. Where did you get these coins?
They're from way down south.
They are certainly not minted around these parts. They are darker.
Yeah, your son did say that they were okay. Is that still the case?
Yes, they are lingo tender. Just odd, but we are up around the precipice of this continent. We do get all sorts.
Okay, good. I just didn't want my money to be not worth anything here.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think that's all for me at least. I think one of my other companions said that they wanted to get something the next time they were here, but I'll let you talk to them yourself.
Sorry, if I'd known that Zaire was going, I'd probably go, but hang back during this conversation, so I'd be around if you need me.
Yep. I'll let you get to your other customers. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your patronage.
I'm not going to take too much time with this, unless, Entry, you want to say anything?
Nope, I was just going to say, were you going to get something?
Edwin just wants to... He'll say, yes, I just wanted my own... Some of my own. That's all.
You wanted what?
Some of my own. I wanted to try and buy some beans of my own, even if it's like one.
You can buy some beans. Did you want the Esterilian beans or any other type?
The Esterilians, if possible.
Yeah.
So how much are they, sorry?
It's 120 gil.
For a sack? Yeah, nah.
Yes.
That's a no-go. I will turn around and leave, in that case. Actually, no, what I will say is, while I'm here, can I get one last cup? Please. Of the Esterilian. As I realise the price, and go, no.
A to-go cup of Esterilian coffee. That'll be 20 gil.
I hand over 20 gil. This is important.
The man uses his long fingers to get into a very tall glass beaker as he pops them into a device under the counter, as you can hear him chopping away. Placing it within a mug, he fills it with hot water, and then covers it and gives it to you.
This may be an odd request, but could you split that into 4 cups, please? And I need one of those weird little 4x4 cardboard things that you do as well, please.
The separator things, yeah. He can do that for you.
Thank you. And I will hand over the money and effectively bring it back to the party. And if they're all in the colourful ward, I will offer them all part of it. This is for the morning. Enjoy. I will not say what it is. I will not say what it cost. I will just say, have this.
Oh, that's very generous of you. Thank you.
It was just a few gross. It's fine.
I think you need a bluff there.
I am actually.
I am going to say about it.
Oh, beautiful.
Close.
I have good bluff
Close
now.
enough.
Oh, it's a 20. I'm re-rolling it. Fuck it. Motherfucker, it's the same thing. Alright.
Those rerolls, yeah?
Terrible. It's like my miss chance. Bad. But yeah, I will say that and put the coffee down. But you can probably tell.
Yeah, Drolinka like knows, but she's not gonna say anything.
If anyone does drink the Esterillion coffee, roll me a fortitude save.
I will be doing that because yes.
I mean, in turn, everyone will notice like a slight like tensing on Drolinka when she realizes it's coffee, but she'll drink it.
If this Esterillion coffee doesn't have alcohol in it, Al's not drinking it.
You don't know
Wow, just sniffing at Edwin's offer.
Yeah.
Was Aaron offered something?
All
that.
four
It's
of you
just
were,
a
yeah.
cup. In all fairness, he
Oh,
just
okay.
offered a cup. You don't know what's in it. It's just an
Hey.
offer.
If you want to try
It's
and
also
buy
like
it
a
for
quarter
Al, feel
cup.
free and she'll drink it.
I mean, the bar's literally like within eye shot, so feel free.
You can spike your own coffee.
Can I do that?
What is stopping
Yes. What is? Yeah. Who's going to stop you?
you? What would
Alright,
stop you
I'm
just
doing
order a shot from Moonmore and add it
Doing
into coffee?
And then I'm drinking it.
Drozenka, you're not a coffee drinker yourself, so it could be the case that you just think that this is normal, but it is very strong to the point you can feel your tongue and every taste bud on it getting extremely dry. Whereas Edwin and Zairan, you start coughing because it's the strongest coffee you've ever tasted, and you're pretty sure this is not meant for a creature of your size.
That's fantastic. And you see him sort of like coughing horribly. I can appreciate it. I just can't contain it. That's all.
It's like drinking 100 proof alcohol but in coffee form.
Yeah, I've had 80. It's not great. It's not great.
Moonmart, milk, please.
How dare you soil the coffee with milk? Yeah, he gives you milk.
Does he leave the container?
Yes. You can see you're like a man in the desert.
I chug the whole thing of milk. As like, if it's like a quart or a pint, then yeah, it's gone. But if not, if it's a gallon, I wouldn't go that far.
No, he'll just give you a mug of it. Which is basically a pint. Al, you feel the same. Even though you put some alcohol in it, didn't do much to dilute how strong the coffee was. It might make it even worse, depending on what alcohol you used.
She is just gonna push the coffee to the side and go back to her drink.
Well, it was worth trying. Whew.
Certainly an
Zaire's
experience. Are you three alright?
Zaire's ears just flip straight to the sides, and he's like, I think I need to go use the restroom. Then he runs to his room.
Well, I suppose miracles are real. As I look at Tristanka, totally unfazed in any way, shape, or form.
She's
I
not
mean, she probably has a
unfazed.
face. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
she definitely made a face like very close to like you've seen like lions or big cats yawning. So like fully
Yeah.
like grimacing. But
well,
she's
at
not
least-
like doubled over like you.
Yeah, Edwin's probably like verging on falling to the floor. Well, that's enough of that then. Let's wait for.
Good enough to wake one up at least.
Yes, very. And you can probably see that. I imagine Zaire's eyes are like this as well, but Edwin's eyes are like saucers. Let's go.
Where you going?
Somewhere.
That narrows it down. Thank you.
That's probably the best answer I can give you to something that is someone
so have
drank
we
a
got the
coffee.
beans and the seeds now?
I think we do.
Are we
Yep.
looking for a teleportation service to go back to south, or are we traveling?
I think we agreed we were going to try to get a teleportation service at least to Fort Mark, just past like this northern peninsula. But I think Trazenka said, and correct me if I'm wrong here, from memory, you wanted to go back to the Arya Mounted Range, yeah? Originally,
Yeah.
that might
If we
change.
are like things have changed, so if people want to like spend the money to just teleport straight back to Hatterwood, still should go with the group because that's important. But if we are taking the long route and just traveling by road, her request was to go by the Arya Mountain Range.
I just say we need to bring our cart with us no matter what, because it doesn't belong to any of us. It belongs to Hatterwood.
Agreed. Yeah, I'm happy. I would agree with that. Ed will
Mhm.
put that in there. But I think
Yeah.
that, yes, that would be a plan.
So for teleportation and the costs and how much it be to take the cart with us.
If you get the higher variant of the spell, it would cost 1,200.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think we have that.
Got 1,200.
I mean, you do have some millback cores in your loot, I'm pretty sure, still. You also have, like, 2,700 of gil.
Yeah, we've got
Yeah,
enough.
right.
And is that to go all the way back to Hatterwood? Sorry.
That would be to go all the way back to Hatterwood,
Nice.
including the carriage and chocobos.
Unless anybody else has got any other business on the way back, we could just get this quest done earlier than expected.
Then if that's what we're gonna do before we go, I would like to send one message first.
By all means.
Do you need anything from us, Druzinka?
No, I don't think so. It shouldn't take me that long. I don't even know if I can send the message what I want to, but I will still try. Basically try send missive similar to what Zaire sent way back to the Shevas at the Arya Mountain Range.
Yeah, they can do that.
They can send the
If
message,
I-
like write the letter later on, but the contents of it, but so we can keep the game going.
Yeah, that is totally fine. I'm just trying to see if I wrote down anywhere how much that cost. Right. You need a messenger. $400.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second.
If you want to send a messenger, it would be 16 gil.
Okay, that's fine.
Fine as in you accept that?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay.
I will send that. So 16?
16, 1-6.
Does Drusenka seem like visibly not annoyed, but disturbed's probably the wrong word as well? Did you want to go in person?
She does look a bit conflicted, but she's had that air around her ever
For a
since
while.
ever since pretty much when we got to Esterilia and drank from those goblets.
Yeah, then I'm. In all
But,
fairness,
like,
I'm probably.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably not the best person to judge it. Truly. Yeah. Nah. Sorry.
I mean, you probably saw the most drastic, like, when, because you saw her drink first from it. You saw that she got, like, almost giddy and excited when then she got you over and let you drink, but the moment you had your vision and happened to Edwin, all of that kind of went away and she started looking, like, worried and almost regretful and, like, guilty almost. And ever since then, she'd had, like, that air of conflict in her. And there's a little bit of that, but she's very, like, adamant and, like, if we need to take the teleportation and we can't do it, then we'll do it.
Okay. Don't mean to hijack here.
No.
No.
Other
Just
Jack.
It's called roleplay.
I'm trying to work something out. Nepas, the vision that Edwin got. Do I have any indication as to how far ahead that is?
What you rolled, no. You just know it's in the future sometime.
Okay. In that case, Edwin will say, we should go to the Aria mountain range.
No, we're done here. We need to go back to Hatterwood.
We have the gear for it. We can go through the mountains. That's what we agreed.
We agreed if we are somehow have to take the road again, but turns out we don't need to. We have a faster route back, so we should take it.
Doesn't look happy about it.
That's when I appreciate what you are doing, truly. But we've done what we can for them. I would be lying if I said I didn't want to go see what became of them or how they're faring, but
Then
we already did what we could.
Why don't you go then? It's a choice.
Because you need me. They may be my cousins, but you are my family. In a sense. You're the one I grew up with in Hatterwood.
I can't ask all of you to do this. This is a lot of money. Siren, you could do things for your village with this. Ow, you could change things at Sharrock Hollow. And Jazenka, you saw something there. That I don't think you told me. Slightly out of character. I don't think you've actually told me.
She
more
only
about that.
ever said that she saw where her road might take her next.
Yeah,
She
and
didn't.
that's what I
She
mean.
hasn't told anyone yet what exactly she saw.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I'm going of. You saw something too. And if what you worship, which is truly powerful, I don't know what it is, but it is powerful, knows that, there's a reason for you to go there. There's a reason for me to go home. I can't put myself on a pedestal here. You have a choice.
I do, and I already made it. You felt it, you know what she's capable of, and they are the most devout worshippers of her that I have ever met. Rivaling even Sister Matriona.
Then why didn't they get the vision? And I will look at Al and Siren. They are more than capable.
Perhaps they didn't
More
need
than-
one.
Why not?
She...
Why not? Why not?
Perhaps they already found their paths. Siren found his through Somala. And Al's always been steadfast in what she wants.
Fine. Then I'll open the floor to you two. It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but unless we have something dire on the way, why stop the quest that we had? If Jazenka wants to stop at the Aria mountain range, she would say it. If she doesn't, then we go forward. There's a minion talking through Entro's microphone.
I
can't- Yeah.
Just a chipmunk.
It literally is like.
That was quite accurate, yeah.
Yeah, it was. On the ball.
Thank you.
No.
Nope. No.
You said hello, but
I understood hello.
It looks like you've completely
Yeah, we got the text.
Like,
but
super
not-
sped up.
Yeah, it's like
It's like sped up by 20 times.
You're using Somala's powers.
in seriousness.
Turn them off.
Slow down.
Is this better?
That's a lot better.
Yes.
You turn slow mode on.
I don't know what happened. I think my headset might have come just slightly ajar out of the port.
You turn it into super speed mode.
I don't know how it happened or what was going on. I couldn't hear what you guys were hearing, so
Might hear it from the stream.
That's true.
yeah, I'll watch it later.
Essentially, the conversation was around Jazenka was definitely wanting to send a message to the Aria mountain range. And we were debating, because it is a lot of money, we have it, but it's a lot of money to teleport back to Hatterwood. And essentially...
I have no need of any physical money or anything like that. we've got all the stuff we need. If she wants to go to the Arya Mountains, then that's fine. We can go there. But if she wants to go back to Hattawood, if everybody else is agreeing, then that's fine. I don't mind going straight back to Hattawood.
I think we asked. Al, you said something already, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Edwin will probably cry, truly, at this point. Like, not break down, weeping, sobbing, but just kind of this weird crying, but with no real expression.
Just think I'll reach out and kind of put a hand on his shoulder and kind of be there in case he needs support, or if not, because she knows that he doesn't like physical contact, but so that she's here.
Siren is just going to give him a full-on hug.
There it is.
Al's just going to look around.
At least 10 seconds. Siren is going to pull on Owl's arm.
What do you want?
Give him a hug.
I don't do hugs.
Then give him a pat on the back or something. He needs comfort.
Al will stand up, walk over, and even though she is a lot smaller, she will pat Edwin on the head exactly 2 times. As though to say, there.
Yeah, I got that. Like, the exact there. Pat. There. Pat. Yeah. My mother might be dying. That's what he says.
Well, let's go. We got
So
no,
we need to
no
go to
time to
Hattawood.
waste then.
So that's why you want the Hollow Lily.
Yes.
Why didn't you
And
say so?
Because
I'll
it's
help you
selfish.
find it.
I'll break out the funds. We're going.
It's selfish.
It is not. Matters of family are never selfish.
You can
You
see Hal's
have-
already talking to
It's
the man. and
literally
counting up the
doing
coins.
something for somebody else.
I will look at Jazenko and just say, you have matters of family that you were addressing, and I don't know what you saw, but it must have been something.
It wasn't about the Shevas. I'm heading west anyway myself. That's where they will be.
Okay. That's it. That's all he says.
So we'll pack up the all of our bags and stuff, put them in the cart or the carriage. I mean, and saddle up and let's get going.
I will pay you for this.
No, you won't.
Be it. Yes, I will.
Nope.
Whereas the party wanting their teleport to land them.
Hattawood. Straight outside the town.
Maybe not
Right
directly
outside
in
the
Hattawood.
gates.
Maybe like a little bit outside Hattawood, yeah.
If Edwin is in a state to respond, you probably say the Beastman village, if you can.
That doesn't exist anymore.
Lunarista. It's close.
I mean, the Beastman village is there. It's just mostly ruins and a few people that decided not to leave.
Yeah, it's
You
more
could
just
technically
geographical.
teleport
Yeah, we could go there. Just it's more for distance than anything, because we
Mhm.
haven't actually said the word Hatterwood. I don't think. Since we've been out,
I tried not to.
so if we can try and avoid that, where possible, that'd be great.
Yeah, and if we go as early as we can in the day, that should be close enough to get there by evening.
Yeah, I know Edward will offer to drive through the night. He has put points in drive for this exact reason.
That's my job.
You are better than me. I'm just a librarian boy, alright? I've got skill checks, that's about it. That's what I do.
If it's necessary, you can take over, but I'm gonna be the main driver.
Thank you. Well, clap his hands, shall we?
Let's go.
We're going to one of the larger Druidic buildings. You're able to converse with the mages there and ask for a teleport through your entire caravan. They don't personally know where the Beastman village is, but if you give a good notation on the map, there's a better than 0 chance that they'll fail. They give you a brief safety lesson. Keep your hands and legs instead of teleportation at all times. Do not hold your breath and do not jump. And stay away from the magic circle.
Haha.
See that Trump? Too late. It's already happened.
And with the gill handed over, you all feel your bodies become weightless, incredibly heavy, and then, almost as if you're landing from a great fall, appear within the outskirts of the Beastman village. Tall buildings and trees with the sounds of nature are replaced with that of creaking woods and an almost desolate area. Zyron barely recognizes the place if he isn't having the image scarred in his brain, as it's mostly a rundown area where just those that hold on to the past have stayed around in. The mages ask if they were on point, and after being told that they were accurate, they teleport away.
Shall we just get moving?
Yes, please.
Make our way through the village and give some friendly waves to any familiar faces and make our way to Adderwood.
You see a lot of shocked faces. They heard and probably saw the teleport, but they'll wave like slowly as if they're still in their days. And you're able to make your way back into Adderwood. Look at those old ass tokens.
It's nostalgic, isn't it, though?
Oh no, I resized you wrongly there. There we go. Don't want you to be extra tall. And Edwin. Returning to the walls of Adderwood, you can see that the walls themselves have undergone a refurbishment recently, as they are clean and smoother than you had left them. The guards wave as they see you approach. It's a very well-knit settlement, so everybody knows everybody.
If we see the gates, Ed will inject himself with haste and start running towards his house.
Tell your folks thanks for the utensils. They were really useful. He's gone.
And he's out of there. Running towards your house with Adidas outside, he will stand up quickly. Son, you're back quite early. No letter to let us know you're coming home.
Where is? Because I'm probably fatigued by this point. Mother, is she well?
I take it your uncouth nature towards your mother is about her. Yes, she's fine. She's just hammering some swords for me.
Good. He will then promptly just collapse, and then we'll go back to everyone else.
That
Everything
boy
all
needs
right?
to lay off his coffee.
Is everything all right, Edwin? Is she?
If you're here, I will say yes. And now I worry that it was just a vision. We wasted all that money.
We did not.
Nope, because now we can go see Kathura.
Yes, sorry. So get up. Father, thank you.
Oh, you're back now, are you?
Yes, we'll stand straight. We done what we needed to do.
Didas will lay his hammer onto his anvil as he walks up and just holds up his arms. Well, you've been gone a while. You need to have one of these.
I suppose. And we'll hug his father.
Does Edwin linger?
Probably a bit longer than normal. And then leaves.
You should leave home more often if I get that kind of a hug.
I need to see Gothora with them. Excuse me. And leaves.
Are you heading straight up to Kalfura's cave?
Zaren's gonna stop at his folks' house on the way. But just to give a couple pleasantries, couple hugs, and say...
Ah, Zaren! You've come back! Where's the letter to let us know you're coming back?
We beat it by a large margin. I probably didn't even send it. We decided that we're gonna come back today, and now we're here.
I thought you were going to be gone, 2 months. It's barely been 1.
Our deadline was like 3 months, but we had enough money, and we found a magical transportation. We were able to get back right away.
Oh, you have to tell me all about it. Come on inside.
We still have not completed our given quest. We need to go see Carthura first, but Dad! As I'm assuming
Now come
he
on,
gets
back
dragged
your
into
feet.
his house for a couple minutes. I've got shoes on.
Yes, that keeps it off your feet, but keep it off my carpet. Have you been eating well? You seemed a bit thinner. Or is it muscle?
I'm definitely stronger. I've been eating every day.
It's not just been trail
Ooh.
rations, have it?
No, you wouldn't believe some of the food I've been eating. We need to get us a moon, Marn.
Who? What's it?
Emo then comes out and says,
He's meant to go see the dragon first, not us.
I saw Pops outside, and I was telling him hi because I didn't want to be rude, but I also
Go see
told him I needed to
Kafur.
go, and then he
You're being
dragged me
rude to
in
the
house.
Guardian.
Okay, Pops.
that was your mother, but sure.
Oh, they sounded very similar. I apologize.
I'll take some voice actor lessons just for your parents.
Thank you.
Their collective consciousness is the same, however.
Bye. Love you. I'll be back in a couple hours.
Is the party now going to Kathura?
Yep.
Yee.
Yes.
Taking the same path as normal, it feels much easier than last time to get up here. Entering into the large entrance, the light from outside and the walls and flaming statues give this place a much warmer feel than the colder climates you have possibly become used to towards the north and on the mountains. Kalthura can easily see your approach as they step off of their beds and get towards the larger table at their side as they beckon you towards them.
Aaron still hopped up on that coffee.
You would probably not go onto the steps.
It is a quick return that brings you back to my domain, but a lovely one all the same. It has not been too many days since we had our last communique. What brings you back so quickly?
Quest is finished. I got the beans and the seeds.
I gathered you are upon the precipice of completion. Did you fork out the coin for magical transportation? Is that what I sensed towards the west?
You'd be correct.
That is indeed.
It is good you did not do it within my domain. It would have been much more alarming.
Well, then that's a good thing that Edwin convinced us to do it out in the Beastman village that's just outside your domain.
You say you've completed the task? You have the beans and seeds?
Yeah, can you grab them out of the storage? I assume Al just has all the bags.
Yeah. I mean, she has a magic bag now.
Yeah, exactly.
Jester.
Sorry, say it again.
He went to go take another shower.
He's asking for you to give over the beans and seeds.
I will walk up. Now
You
to
would
get into
not
this-
walk on the steps. Unless you're being very brazen.
She's being very brazen. With the beans and seeds in hand and holds them out. And then now this is probably the closest she's ever got to Carthura, realizes her size. Oh.
The sack and beaker from your hands floats away towards the table next to Carthura.
she'll look up and just go, huh, you're kind of big, aren't you? And she'll walk back down.
He is much bigger than Sorosuke was.
This is indeed what I had sent you on. I would have said so long ago, but you're here nary a month after the fact. Your hastiness might bode well for my side. I shall thank you, even if it was not your aim.
You're more than welcome.
Tell me, what brings you so hastily back? It's not just to be done with the quest so early, is it?
Edwin, you want to speak up here?
No. No, I don't.
Well, I guess Edwin received some sort of premonition or
received-
vision from Shiva.
Siren.
Yeah?
Visions from deities. Quite an honor. Much beyond what I could have given.
Yes, my lady showed us. Both of us something that might require us to travel west as soon as possible. Looks towards Edwin, but gives that.
If you are worried about leaving my domain, you are not beholden to my space.
That is greatly appreciated, Protector.
I shall say, however, as you have brought me what I require so early, I might be removing my presence earlier as well, for a time.
What?
I require these beans and seeds for a certain purpose, but I cannot enact it whilst I'm here. I shall be gone for the foreseeable future. Possibly half a year.
Half?
Does that mean you need us to stay?
It is not imperative. As I say, you are not beholden to my domain. Hatterwood has many guardsmen and women to protect it. The issues with the Naga must also be dealt with. And it seems Mortalkind are taking too much time with it.
So you're leaving to fight Yoshkai?
Not solely, but that is on the agenda.
So everyone looks pain. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't truly. Looks hurt. So Givrensenth has asked you to go and help them. I take it.
I have spoken with the water serpent.
What of Hatterwood? Our people, our
The
families.
people of Hatterwood are safe.
Are they?
If I can deal with the Nagas, They shall not trickle down here.
So disease will not affect them then. Are you a guardian? Do you not protect them from disease and pain?
My reach only goes to how far it can affect the heirs aren't my domain. As far as my eyes can see, however, you are worried about something that is not here as of yet. No one has qualms with disease or spores.
Yet.
I do
I'm
not
sorry.
proclaim myself almighty and omniscient.
No, you.
I must do what is within my power to protect the people of my land.
No, you don't. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Really. I am.
If you believe there is a sickness, I believe you have the power to remove it.
No, I don't. I don't. And I'll pull out the accreditation. I can't deal with disease. It says it here. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Whose word would you take? That of the academics? Or that of the creature that has protected you for so long?
I don't know. I don't.
I say you have the power to defeat this.
You are not alone, Edwin. You don't have to be.
You gotta believe in yourself, buddy. Whatever happens, the rest of us will be there to help you.
Okay. I will point at Ow. Ow. You are arguably the best fighter I've ever seen. And you can turn into a dragon. You have abilities beyond
Hal's
my
gonna
ken.
look over at Zira and just like buff her head up. Yeah, you heard that.
And Zaire, you are the greatest duelist I've ever met.
Hey, whoa, whoa,
And the
whoa,
rod-
whoa. Keep talking about me. I liked it.
Edmund just seems like distraught, is probably the best way I can put it. And look at Drazenko. And you have the guardianship of a goddess. You have a cosmic being of ice and solidity behind you. And I'm sorry. Kathora, you are leaving, and you are the greatest guardian I've known. I saw... She showed me something. And I don't know what to do with it. And yeah, in all seriousness, Edmund is like weeping and looking at Kathora, just doesn't know what to do. Like a child, like a lost 6-year-old.
The vision was for you. It is for you to deal with. Only
Fantastic.
what is possible is put given to you.
I am flesh and blood. I can't do more than I can.
You're the
And I
best doctor
can't-
I've ever met.
And I can't
What
deal
the-
with diseases. And we'll
Yes,
end
you
point.
can, Edwin. Yes, you can. Just because
This-
you had an off day and wrote something down on a piece of paper once does not mean you're incapable of it.
This says no. And if I go west, I can't use this. That's how it works.
That paper doesn't tell you who you are.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
No. It tells you what you're legally allowed to practice. It doesn't tell you who you are. You are not a piece of paper, Edwin.
It does not physically stop you from doing anything. It can't. Only you can. If you allow it to. You are the greatest healer, the greatest medic, the greatest doctor I have ever met. You don't need magic or deities or any other powers. You have that you've done all that by yourself. What you have accomplished is one of the greatest feats a mortal have ever achieved. And you have proven that you do not need anything otherworldly to accomplish it. Just your own will and dedication. What she showed you, as Karthura said, is for you to deal with. She can't tell you what to do, she can only guide you towards a path.
Yes. Yes, you can. And I will look everyone in the eye in a thanks, but Edward will turn around and go.
Edwin,
because
before you go, that piece of paper tells you that you're allowed to practice certain types of healing, but it doesn't tell you that you can't grow. It doesn't tell you that you can't learn and work hard and become better. And I know that you know how to do that.
Exactly.
Don't be the piece of paper. Be the seed that creates the tree that creates a different piece of paper.
I'm very glad you're a lot eloquent than I am. A lot more eloquent. And we'll head out because it doesn't seem right. And also,
with
Al
that,
needs to
I
head
also
off.
have to leave. So
Yeah, we
I
can
will see
end the
you all
session there.
next time.